On my way back to the facility, this is the San Mateo train station because I have to fly out of San Jose to Nashville right after today's 49ers rookie mini camp practice. 3 things that I learned yesterday from the rookies as they checked in. These are just going to be a few nuggets that I found interesting. One, Jalen Graham, the 49ers linebacker they picked at the very end of the draft there in the 7th round. His head coach, Jeff Brom, he told Jalen Graham and the Purdue players about the dynastic era of the 49ers in the 1990s because Jeff Brom was the 3rd string quarterback behind Steve Young and I believe Elvis Grbac in the 1990s there toward the end of the 49ers run. So how cool is that? Jalen Graham has a connection to the 49ers past, the glorious 49ers past, through his college head coach, Jeff Brom. Then you have Dee Winters, the linebacker who actually the 49ers scouted in tandem with Jalen Graham. They ended up picking Dee Winters around earlier in the 6th round. Dee Winters had 7.5 sacks, 14.5 tackles for loss last year. You put on the tape, you're like, oh wow, this guy, great blitzer. He's shooting the gap. He's a guy that the coaching staff trusts to blitz because he knows the timing, he knows the nuances of how to do it. So I asked him about it. I asked him about timing of blitzes. I asked him about that trust that it seemed the TCU coaching staff had in him. And Dee Winters told me I actually wasn't blitzing most of the time. It was all instincts. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is why the 49ers love this guy. 14.5 tackles for loss, 7.5 sacks. If most of that is coming from instinct, that is impressive from somebody like Dee Winters. We also talked to Jack Coletto out of Oregon State. I think Jack Coletto, you look at him and I think he's gonna need to add 10 to 20 pounds because train's approaching, by the way, so I'm gonna have to get going here. But to play fullback at the NFL level, you got to have that Kyle Juszczyk body type, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. Put a college weight room on Jack Coletto, and he's going to be fine. But we'll see what happens there. Finally, last note, Brayden Willis didn't run a 40. 4.6, he told me. He thought his time would be 4.6. He has the best broken tackle rate out of all the tight ends in college football. That's what the 49ers R&D department had for Brayden Willis. So he's got the yak ability, and if he can run a 4.6, that's special as well. All right, train's on its way. I think you could see it. Yeah, it's coming there in the distance. So it's going to be exciting for the 49ers because this draft class, they had to scrounge for value in those lower rounds. And when you don't have a pick until late in the 3rd, it's all up to the scouting department. And the 49ers scouting department has gotten the job done for them over the years. They have another chance to shine this year. We're gonna meet some more rookies. I'm headed to Levi's right now, so stay tuned for a few more videos. If this train gets me there on time, it's slowly but surely rolling in here in San Mateo. All right, time for me to catch this one. 49ers minicamp day 2, gonna be out on the practice field. We'll talk to you soon.